such a different pacing that we're not really used to. The tempo was everywhere on that first game, and it felt like Bleed also felt that as to how they just couldn't really outread, outmaneuver Global Esports. That's not taking away Global Esports that had a phenomenal first game. Anyways, as the pistol starts to go here, contact will be that A site. Very low dart coming in from Blaze King. It might actually have hindered a lot more of the information gathering that was being hoped for here by Global Esports. Bleed now starting to march their way up into the push here. Benkai gets immediately spotted, not yet gutted, but he's getting pushed out, and his teammate is not gone. Lightning Fast is holding on. If he can reposition as well, has the spike plant, not yet done. I thought they were pushing for that A site, but with all this happening, they could rotate to B.
I think that's their option. They don't really want to stay. They're no longer welcome on the A site, especially Benkai down that low. Just a bit of question marks in the minds of Bleed players. Have they rotated? I mean, clearly now that you've pushed up Belt and cleared out the corners, you're anticipating that. They know they've got numbers advantage. They've got the shock dart, they've got the high tide, the cove. They're going to come in with this retake.
Oh, that alarm bot is deactivated. It just came up right now. Lightning Fast is aware, but Durion's too quick. And now Benkai, 27 HP. Man, he's an aim monster. Another one at the flank that's going to be Egoist. His turret is up, so if he gets some breathing space, maybe he can actually close the distance and utilize it, but he just decides to go for those gunfights, which makes a lot of sense since Crazy Guy was already in the site itself. Not going to work out. And Bleed claimed their first victory, or first round. They got the extra money from the plant, but all right, I want to see Outlaw Country, baby, because this Outlaw can really make some damage on either side. Push up already from Russ here, getting closer and closer. He hasn't gotten the most value off of his KO, as was being pointed out a day ago by the desk. Scary finds one. Durion still holding the mid lurk just in case, but it's the full-blown push of Global Esports here on that A site. Blaze King. It's not gonna work. Fortunately, plant will commence, and the post will happen.
I mean, they've already got the numbers advantage, dwindling Global Esports as they try to push in. So despite this being a forced buy, it's not going to be an easy one. Good shot from Polvi, though.
Oh, it's a big flash. There you go. That's what they were looking for. Blaze King throwing the utility inside the smoke. Gets himself an advantage here, repositions. They don't know where he is. And you're absolutely right. Polvi's Outlaw is something to be feared about as Global Esports dismantling the defense and making this force buy work out in their favor.
Wow, what a way to bring
for some force buys to contain or to have the Outlaw. Because if you think about it, it works on both ways. Even if you win the pistol round, right, you're usually going to have half shield Bulldog, maybe half shield Spectre, because you don't want to commit the full buy and, you know, quote unquote waste money. But if your opponent realizes this and you buy the Outlaw and you're good enough to hit a couple of those shots, you're in for a very strong round where your weapons should be able to one-shot the team that just beat you a round ago.
That's precisely why this weapon is a deadly force. This is why they picked it up. And on the other side for Global, continuing to push forward now.
Big
we
damage.
can't just stop the spike plant happening.
Yeah, it is so messy. Look at this, Polvi. It's not only something that's got his elevation working in his favor. Ye and Ego is stuck at the back of the site. They were able to pick up a couple of weapons, but it's just not working out so well.
Try to pick off some of these Bleed players. Just might be able to keep their lead.
And don't forget, there's no healer here. So if Polvi can just even, you know, get those body taps, you know, theoretically or situationally if he can, it still works in the favor of Global here. Anyways, you're absolutely right. They do have the strength in numbers now.
Right.
Great firepower as well as the full buys, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, this is why Global Esports is tapping the brakes for this this round at the very least. But at the same time, Global Esports isn't giving up too much. Darren committing the high tide, blocking off all of this vision. It's been obfuscated. Polvi can't see anything. The tide goes down, but here comes Crazy Guy information.
Oh, no.
Can't
Actually,
see it.
yeah, maybe no information gathered. Polvi and Ye,
Here.
they're just barely missing each other here. Ye's holding a different angle. It's just one thin piece of metal. There's Ye, but he unleashes the entirety of this. Durion's been exposed to the back of the site.
30 seconds
Might not
left.
be long for this world, but because they haven't commit the push fully, he can still reposition. And he is using that wall. He is using the
player
smoke.
standing.
It still just gets thrown up in the air. That's going to
Spike
be
planted.
another great global contact, and Scary forced to save. So these outlaws, man.
Absolutely hurts Bleed's economy.
Exactly.
So apart from that, I mean, just right now, these guns, the way that they're pushing in, being so patient, playing around with Bleed's setups. I don't know about you, Asteroid, but I feel like I need a timeout pretty soon because Global Esports are reading them and knowing exactly how to come in for the site push.
And what's good about this is, you know, talking about
Here.
side pushes and everything,
Here.
is Global Esports isn't leaving Polvi to push by himself to create that outlaw by itself, right? The outlaw is an entire like 4-stack. It makes it so that Ye can't really get that first pick and then back away. So it's been just so many obstacles that Bleed have to try to deal with on this defense that hasn't been again addressed by them in these couple of rounds.
Yeah, I guess now that he's got a Marshall, maybe you're trying to find some kind of a sneaky pick. Then again, Polvi trying to do the same thing with the Blade Storm. But right now, Bleed just trying to make sure that Global doesn't get to execute on A as many times as they've done before. But that's it. I mean, all of these utilities, even with Scary's Toxic Screen, it doesn't block off enough.
They got closer now. A couple of body tags. Ye is in trouble. He's pulling out a couple of those smokes, the cloud bursts, but it doesn't stop the barrage of bullets being thrown apart here by Global Esports. It gave the weapon to Polvi that he's used up every single blade that he's gotten. The rest of Global now pushing all the way onto B, where no lick.
You've got Egoist though,
KJ
so he
utilities
might
available.
be able to hear what's
30
going
seconds
on, so he
left.
calls the rotations over. But again, without the guns, without the
Here.
vision, they really can't do all too much in this retake. Global is just controlling things. Ye, again, getting shut down because of Russ and the whole team spraying him down. And now numbers advantage, they're just sitting pretty. They've got the null command, not really necessary either. Just waiting for Bleed to peek into them.
Polvi's just been put in a pedestal where Polvi do go things. And the things that he does, so scary up against Bleed.
Oh.
He might have overextended his welcome a little bit with that peek of his, and this coaxes the push with the Reckoning, and somehow Bleed comes in, Egoist with the double kill already, pushing up the
What?
huge use on that dart, and in the matter of a split second, it's just all been turned up in their heads. Bankai gets the double spray down, and he almost stops the defuse too. It absorbed enough of the damage that they were able to defuse it.
Great decision making by Darian then.
And a huge mishap on Polvi. He swung out to like 3 people from Bleed checking him out,
Oh.
which was a big, big no-no. Polvi, though, he just got through. Gets the first pick. Crazy Guy right on top, but
standing.
Russ immediately gets the refrag. Dust settles,
so
that's going to
weird.
be Scary alone. Man has been the clutch meister when Bleed was playing in Ascension Pacific. But a Pacific League, at least for this particular game, hasn't had the chance to do so.
He was clutching quite a bit against T1 as well, but man, right now, it's 4 targets on a map like Icebox with the spike planted. I don't know how you can clutch this round out. And apart from that, again, it's the same problem. This A site, Global Esports, first of all, you got Russ with the suppressive knife from KO, and it just blocks off or gives him enough information. Ye has not been having a good day whatsoever, and that just softens up the site so much. As soon as Ye falls, the rest of Global Esports just decides that they can rush in. Takes
It has got to be Russ. He was, I think, very shaky. you know, with that match that they've had against Zeta, but this time it's all very much different. Crazy Guy, you were talking about how he's got some nasty setups, and there it is. Null Command is available here for Russ to utilize to make himself into a very strong force. Even though he's down to 30 HP, shouldn't matter as much as long as they can use him to batter the Ram into that A site. But it's a cut of noise for now. They did hear the Viper Pit was activated elsewhere, so maybe a strong inkling that it is B, so no need to push there anymore. And Durian, ooh, what a risk that he's taking right now.
Should run.
They are just right underneath each other. Spotted. Does he know about the belt person? He does not. Blaze King comes in. Ye does get the one kill, but it is all for naught here, Quack, as Benkai gets the trade. That lockdown is still up and running. Doesn't get any detains, but it clears out the rest of this site, so we do have a clean 3v2 in this post.
Russ is pretty low. Egoist has the lockdown, might be able to use it to push Global Esports back. But then at that point, it comes down to gunplay. How can Scary and Egoist break up the site well enough to sneak a plant? They've managed to shoot out some nano swarms, but at the same time, Toxic Shoot can only stay up for that long. Benkai tosses in, oh wait, no, Lightning Fast tosses in yet more, and well, at this point you've run out of time. The lockdown invested, but no returns. Asteroid, this hurts for Bleed.
Yep, very much so. It feels like they have that really good setup, and then there's just that one mishap that changes everything, right? That we're the team to eliminate the Ascended team from Ascension.
What a story. I mean, again, you know, everyone's talking about Ye. We keep interviewing him and whatnot, but still not quite feeling it. And as we go back in, we're back into the same A play. You've got Benkai and Lightning Fast up towards mid. But even then, you know, talk about a plan gone wrong from before. Darian didn't really know how to respond either when he pushed up.
Ooh,
now it's Polvy.
Polvy, what a positioning there. And again, they were just waiting for that wall to drop down before they start exploding into the site. And it feels like this plan has been replicated, changed up a little bit, but still the A site is where GE find their home. Sure, they've rotated a couple times to B, but here on A, Bleed have no true answers. They will get the one kill, GE gets two. They'll get 2 kills, GE gets 3. What is the answer right now? Ye's on his blades, and there's really no reason for him not to go for this. But with the doubling up of these 2 players from Bleed and that spike positioning not really to his favor, man is in a tight spot, to say at the least. And yeah, I mean, what did you expect? That was...
I almost kind of want to see Bleed Esports change up the pace. I kind of want to see Bleed Esports push out. But then there are so many factors to consider, so that's another reason why, you know, it feels too risky to make something like that happen. You've got the operator invested in this round. Global Esports stats out the first few seconds with a bit of a default hold in case there is such a push out. Now that there isn't, back towards A.
At this point, any Hail Mary that Bleed can try to do, feels like they should do it right at this point. They've been so pushed far back that there's not really a lot of options they can use. Look at how all the defenders are here on A except for Ye, but then nobody is there playing on the site itself, right? And since GE haven't found that contact, they're like, something's amiss here. We have our teammate Blaze King pushing up on Garage right now, so maybe with like 40 seconds left, we can either cut the noise, wait a little bit for this wall to go down, or if Blaze King can get a pick, we can just go run all the way to that B site.
And that's what Global Esports has as an option. But you know what? A has worked out so well, they're just going to keep going in for it. I kind of like the positioning from Bleed this time, playing so far back. Let them in. Let's see if we can kill the spike planter. Play around with the timings of the retakes. Make sure that Global Esports can't really feel too comfortable, even if they have won this site so many times before.
They're running down this clock very, very much. Nano Swarms could provide some indication of denial. Egoist pretty damn good on that one with the kill here on Polvy.
Ooh,
Late lurk from Blaze King. Dart presence known outside of screens. If he can get a couple of picks, that should be lethal for him. While his teammates on the side are fighting back, and Blaze King somehow manages to pick up Crazy Guy. Durion does get the refrag, but that is time wasted for the favor of Global Esports. Coming in back onto the site, Viper's Pit. Makes it very difficult for them to push up, but they found lightning fast. That pit's going down. Time is ticking. Benkai's still alive. Did he press any late nano swarms?
Yeah.
And Russ is also doing the same with the fragment.
Wow.
They're buying as much time as they can. Russ pushes up, gets denied. Spike. Ooh, I don't know. It's close. And it's barely just defused there by Bleed. Sports once again.
Breaking and wrecking Bleed's economy. They've managed to find this momentum, and they are not looking to slow down. So far, the default towards the start has been to take things slow and easy, but off of the timeout, they want to let it rip. Oh!
Crazy Guy's letting it rip, though. He's letting his presence known. It's a bait and switch play between him and Ye. That was a huge, huge one. They realized that Crazy Guy is consistent as ever, even through all of these mishaps that Bleed have put themselves into, and they utilize that. Reducing the numbers of Global Esports is a huge benefit here for Bleed. The rest of Bleed, or excuse me, Global, now rotating elsewhere on the map.
I don't know if these movements are felt. Egoist is definitely in position, you know, now deciding to really kind of reinforce the mid ground, although it's not really been a lane that Global has explored before. I don't know how much this Stinger can do, though. Spots the shoulder, goes in for the spray, tries to reload, but it's a quick trade. Now, B-site might be open unless Scary can turn things around.
Did Blaze King already gave away his position on yellow? Well, regardless, Scary's pretty much aware of what could happen here right in front of him. And makes quick work of Blaze King. Bleed competition. More than that, he's a crazy good Valorant player. All right, let's see what happens here. Null Command's been activated already. There's the utilization of the Null Command. No escape here for Ye, as he only gets the shutdown on the one. Lightning Fast and the rest of Global Esports as they just keep getting kill after kill after kill. Leaves Scary to his devices. And unfortunately, Lightning Fast is just too quick for him to deal, leaving us with a 4-8.
Again, I mean,
Ye could have gotten so much impact, but just
who wants it more?
Well, Povey seems to say, I do, with that first pick on Crazy Guy. Trade for trade, though, but Ye is down to 45. Still trapped for Global here on B Long between Russ and Lightning Fast. And it seems like Bleed only cut a little bit of that noise, you know, looking for that rotation out. But they still want to push this up. Global Esports holding their position. Russ, I don't know if he spotted Ye here or if Ye's going to check the corner, and it is trigger discipline. Ye has, oh my god, Lightning Fast. Does get the trade-off, down to 4 bullets, and he will get immediately dealt with by the rest of Bleed. Bleed now. Okay, slowly creeping up onto the B side. One playing at the back of things. Benkai swings out. Fortunately, everybody's just too quick. Blaze King does get the quick trade. Does he know about the late lurk here from Egoist on mid that Recon Dart will expose? So his suspicions are correct. Big tags, one more, and he will be able to get that. Bleed gets it. And I just...
There's back, even if there are some tiny mistakes here and there.
That's all you want, right? Being able to have those quick trades if need be. And the quicker the better.
Oh.
Ooh, indeed. I mean, there's still an alarm bot on mid, so even if they overpush this, it should give away their position. So the only undetected rotation that Global can do right now is either push out of tube, go underneath orange, but even then, right, that will be cleared up by Bleed once they start pushing in on B here.
This is such an interesting strat, though. 3 down tube. Then you've got Benkai up around Boiler, making a bit of noise. Now they peek out. They don't see anything. So Bleed just completely bypasses all of it. Free plant.
Egoist does get overwhelmed. How much damage did he tag the rest of the flankers? A fair amount, so they will be able to clear up a weapon. And they go the other direction. I love this from Global. They're just like, yeah, they're going to expect us on B main. Let's just push on orange. We'll use the body system. You know, it's not us as buddies. It's us using you as a body shield as they push up into the side as a 4-man. Look at this, they're just gonna waterfall to the side. I love the idea, but of course, Bleed, all they gotta do is set their crosshairs to eliminate,
Here.
and boy will they. Russ down to 4. I mean, if you can keep them inside this event horizon radius, this could be a good thrifty round for Global, as the rest of Bleed are just running for dear life. Who will die? Yay, so I feel like that's still a win.
No armor whatsoever, though, so full-on glass cannon. This could either be a really good pickup for Bleed if Pulvy dies, or, you know, Global gets to hold on to it and make some damage happen on another day.
Durian is sitting on a reckoning, by the way. Ah, yes, there it is. As soon as I mention it, activates it straight up. Are they going to push through this, though? I mean, yeah, they can get those stuns working for them, but how well can they trade? Pretty damn well, actually, here for Bleed. Russ is by himself at the back of the site, holding on, and he will be able to shut down Ye. 2 versus 3 here. Cove gives some entryway here for Durian, who was able to pick up a rifle, picks down Russ, and is making it a very good case right now that Bleed's bonus is pretty damn successful. The swing out, the trade in. Durian's been spotted on Heaven, and Benkai in a 1 versus 1. Can the former Paper X player do it? Unfortunately not, as Durian clutches. So, you know, go back on the point where you have Pulvy with that glass cannon. Expensive rounds, and that's really going to merit the hard save here from Global. Maybe just a couple of flashes, couple of those shock darts, but other than that, it's all classics all the time. Ye puts himself up on the boost spot on Generator. Does get the pick onto Russ here. Wow. And they're just going into his crosshairs. He does take a bit of damage, but that's just a pistol, man. That's not going to take him down very quickly. Benkai, yikes, actually goes almost a takedown. But Bleed's been pretty clean these past couple of rounds, and it's all down to Pulvy now, who is very far from the situation.
I just got to play his Game Boy, you know?
You can't say that.
1v4.
You know, it's the Radiant Entertainment System. It's his,
oh, okay.
It's his Radiant Boy.
Radiant Boy, there we go.
Yeah.
Totally forgot.
Copyright infringement, man.
RES. I mean, at the very least, still want to go for that round loss bonus, but on the other hand, now Ye starting to open things up, starting to look a little bit better.
That might actually be a big factor as to how the firepower for Global has maybe significantly gone down, because again, he's not on the site with them.
Just gotta really take things slow at least. Again, not wanting to make any mistakes so far. The lead is something that they want to keep for the side of Global Esports.
Is that going to do enough damage to stop him from planting? It does not. Crazy guy, successful with it. This is going to be a full-blown retake. Lightning fast. Ooh, he's already committed the wall, and Durian's always have his reckoning up and running already here, and that's always to the benefit right now for Bleed. Shut that onto Ye. Gonna make it a little bit better for the onslaught of Global Esports, but here comes Lightning Fast, and Crazy Guy made the mistake of the jump spot. That's gonna be something bad for him. It's already halved, so unless Scary can really do something other than just these post-plant throws, I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe Egoist can get him, yes! Oh my god, that's actually absolutely phenomenal. Time is enough for Scary to clutch it!
Unbelievable. Think back to each other. We saw that Nanostorm plus Russ's fragment from before. Now it's going to be Scary's snake fight. As we move on into the next, it's going to be Ye. It's trying to open things up, dashes in, doesn't see anything, and just instantly going for yet another plant.
Time of the spike just a little bit off center there, so the pop shots from Blaziken can't really get through it, through that high tide. Big flank coming in from Pulvy here. No utilities activated just yet. Here comes the flank. There's the use on the Hunter's Fury from the other side to break down that Killjoy ultimate. Once this wall drops down, all hell will break loose, and who will come out on top? It's actually going to be replay, so we can see who actually just defused it. Because I was also just looking at the fight first in front of us. It got a whole lot chaotic, man. Anyways, not sure if we've mentioned this, but coming into this round, Global Esports, they almost got the whole enchilada. And by that, I mean 4 ultimates in their pockets. Very strong to think about it, because if Egoist uses his lockdown, Hunter's Fury from Blaze King is there to respond, just to break it down. It's always going to be a good thing, because you don't want any extra space-giving abilities to be used by Bleed.
At the very least, I mean, back thinking about it, compositionally speaking, I want
go.
to see Darren doing more.
Ooh.
Lockdown, Hunter's Fury, just as you said.
But at what cost, man? Look at the kills that they've gotten already. Sure, they can try to break this lockdown, but Bleed, they've gone the other direction. Hello, B-side we go.
Trying to use that lockdown to distract them and bait the rotations over, the Hunter's Fury as well. And as the Sova stays stuck in that animation, yeah, the rest of Bleed, this tiny little squad approaches B.
Polvy's coming in. He's using that Sova drone as a drone to give him a little bit of that insight yellow, but it does absolutely nothing. He wanted that firepower alongside with Blaze King if it could have been done. It's not, so Bleed get another round here. This is the Bleed that we were looking for, man. Quick, concise, very sure of the plays that they do. 10-9, they break through onto those double digits.
So that means the game is not yet over.
Revealing area.
Put a thorn in the sides of Bleed.
Very close start for A main, just making sure that they can spot out Pipe here, get that control. How far will Polvy actually push on B long with this operator? He does have Benkai right beside him. The risk here is exorbitant. They're doubled up, aren't they? Yikes! Benkai hasn't been spotted yet, so he can maybe wrap around. But no, the turret can actually spot him if he comes around the corner here. If he pushes the same angle that Polvy did, there's still 2 players of Bleed coming in, and I don't even know how Bleed just second guesses someone's going to push them up, and they get that trade for free. There's more trades happening here on A main, and Ye's just like, thank you very much. Give me those 2 kills. Leaving Benkai and Blaze King by themselves for the moment.
Because both teams are, you know, it's kind of like the wave and the moon really pushing and pulling with gravity. Blaze King trying to play off of some of these timings on the peaks, but it's not quite going to be enough. Always trying to get a good read for some of these rotations, but without, you know, really confirming the information. As soon as they peek out, it's always, you know, thinking like, all right, we saw a little bit of presence towards B garage. Maybe I can push out onto pipes. If I do, Ye is there, and it just goes back and forth.
They got money. They're chasing Benkai down. They don't want this operator getting value. They spot the alarm bot being brought down. Now, they work their magic. One in the front.
Going to be an odd round to say the least.
Fair enough.
Take flight.
Relegated to Bleed. They will pick up that map point. Although it is not too many rounds that Global needs to push this into an overtime.
But I mean, this is like a second awakening for for Bleed as well, right? So
yeah,
how do they deal with a Bleed that possibly could go into map point? Big flash at the back of the site. Ye just backs away. Quick little flash. Crazy Guy chasing the kill here on Snowman, and Polvy somehow manages to pick up a couple of kills. If he can reset the blades, that's going to be huge. Spike has been denied the plant. Drops right down into the site, doubles up with his teammates. They're a little bit too much constricted here, but Polvy finds it once again. The Finnish superstar brings it all the way back. Never mind. Yay with the turn. Committed to this tier 1 superstar from NA. Polvy's now back on the operator. Once this wall drops down, there's a chance for contact. A couple of players of Bleed already right in front for the picking. Fortunately, he whiffs that first shot. He's going to go for a second chance. You've heard Crazy Guy a while ago. He's like, they keep peeking, they keep pushing. Yes! Because of that dart as well, Polvy might be forced to back away now.
Yeah, nothing doing for the time being. It got Bleed a little bit of presence made, a little bit of space, and off of that, positioning. Now the Reckoning able to push off any Global Esports players who might be on site. High Tide blocks up a lot as well, but Blaze King, good spray this time.
Spike planted.
mean, his opponent just popped a couple of shots through the smoke. BlazeKing, a master tracer. Just bringing up back the pain to the source of, to the point of origin. It's a huge fragment though. Here comes Russ activating the null command already. He's gonna have to get a couple of impact kills here, or else it's just gonna be all for naught. Ego is gonna be doing his darndest again. He did it a while ago with Scary, but not gonna happen this time.
Type rope right now. Egoist with that lockdown. Okay, there it is, picked up.
Ye's alone on A main.
Yeah, just to hold the position if anyone pushes over. Egoist wants to go up front close enough around pipes to set that lockdown in. And then we'll have the A site. Then it's going to be a retake / numbers game. Unless Lightning Fast or Russ can really fend them off.
They're making a lot of noise.
Okay, there's 0 point.
Lockdown's been activated already. They're still holding the angle here on Maze. That lockdown does clear up most of the site itself, and I think Bleak was able to spot that nobody tucked themselves into corner in the back, but they haven't really pushed up the site itself. Are they going to do it now or go in the opposite direction? Seems like it's going to be a commitment. This is very hairy here for Bleed. Global Esports, they've tucked themselves into corners. Scary's gotten the first pick, but Polby's right here holding on. Cannot for BlazeKing. And it has gone topsy-turvy on either side. Lightning Fast. Anchoring, hoping, praying that he can maybe get something before, or rather as he waits for Benkai to come in for the play, and Benkai comes up huge. 1 versus 1. It's him and Scary. 20 seconds. Scary's going to have to pick up the spike, but look at this. Benkai's down to 10. Scary, all he needs is 1 bullet, a hair, a whiff, and that might be it. No damn way he misses this, and Scary gets it. Benkai had the opportunity.